I should actually say, because we forgot to mention this earlier, was any of you Legend of Korra fans out there, if you haven't caught up, or if you are, should I say, any Avatar fans, if you haven't caught up with Legend of Korra yet, you should, because it has now been confirmed that they've pushed the date up for Legend of Korra, and it is now going to be coming out in October.
Right.
I believe October 3rd, 6th, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's October 3rd. And they are scheduling book 4 and I think one episode a week and online again, and it's set to be done by December. So for those of you who were thinking that we were going to be getting new Korra, or should I say Korra book 4 in 2015, unfortunately that's not the case. Which means, and since book 4 of Legend of Korra is supposed to be the last, animated Avatar show, it's going to be disappointing to this quickly it ending, because the only other animated prospects for Avatar is a possible animated movie, because we all know they're not going to make another attempt at live action after the M. Night Shyamalan disaster.
It's in the works.
What?
It's in the works.
What, another live action?
Mm-hmm.
What?
It is.
It is?
Uh-huh. I'm not even joking.
What? And I'm guessing they're trying to do book 2?
I believe so.
And they're just going to completely ignore the fact that M. Night Shyamalan did the first one, and they're going to get somebody else to do it?
Nope, Shyamalan. Shamamalama Samakun is
Which
back.
Sucks, because that means we're going to get a fucking Asian top, and I don't want an Asian top. Because he made all the Earthbenders Asian. I don't want that.
You must bend Earth.
And the freaking Fire Nation's Indian for some reason.
Yeah, whatever.
Ridiculous. Oh God. Are they gonna at least recast people?
We'll see.
I hope so, because, well, they probably will, because a lot of those kid actors grew up, hit puberty, and are probably too old to play the roles now.
True.
Because of the fact that the first one was such a disaster, they couldn't immediately go into production of the second one.
It's interesting because it was a shit movie, but I actually enjoyed it when I saw it in theaters.
Oh yeah, it was a shit. I know. I enjoyed it because it was the fact that you got to see a live action adaptation of it.
There were some things that were done well, but there were a lot of things that were done poorly.
Too much things they did wrong. Just too much.
Yeah.
To simply put it, the fact that they tried to make a movie out of 20 episodes worth of content in it was ridiculous. Yeah. Now the other thing that was kind of interesting, I noticed, because every so often I try to look up more information about it. Apparently, the reason why they the way M. Night Shyamalan worked, the reason why he didn't show the Kyoshi Warriors, the first one, is because he wanted them to be heavily featured in the second one.
Right.
Especially since they'll obviously play a big role in the ending of Book 2.
Yeah.
And then, but see, the fact is that they, despite the debacle of the first one, make the second one, it only means one thing. That no matter how bad the second one ends up being, they make the third one.
As long as they make money. Which worries me.
Because it'll make money still, because the Avatar universe, or fandom, are still in love with Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Well, I mean,
but it makes me worried for two reasons. One, when they do Book 2, they are most likely going to glaze over the best episode in Avatar history, and that is Zuko alone. They'll make light of it, and it won't be as good, and they'll shorten it.
Yeah.
Also, they're going to, and the fact that they've already butchered Book 1, makes me think they're going to butcher Book 2, and then they're going to butcher Book 3, which is the best overall book. Because You know, 'cause it's going to be kind of hard for them to try and it's going to create, honestly, every time, just thinking about them trying to make the third book into a movie, live action adaptation with M. Night Shyamalan at the helm, just gets me worried. Because it makes me think they're going to do this whole book trend where they're going to try and make two movies out of book three, where the first half climaxes at the Day of Black Sun, and then everything else, and then everything else after that climax will be part of the book three, part two, which I don't want them to do.
Just don't watch it then.
I'm still gonna watch it anyway, and you're gonna watch it anyway too.
Well, I'm gonna watch it, but I really don't give a fuck if he does all the movies. But I mean, look, I mean, if you watch it, you're technically supporting the third one. You know, I mean.
No, but it's like I don't want them to, because I know they're gonna try and take book three and turn it into two movies because the fact that the Day of Black Sun and the comet fight, the day the comet appears, are such high points that it would make no sense for them to try and fit both of them in there, especially with the debacle of the first one, where they tried to fit so much content into one movie. Book two is a little easier than book three, though, to fit into one movie because it's a little bit of search. Like basically, it's mostly searching because first they go to that one Earth Kingdom base to try. The general tries to find a way to force Aang into the Avatar state. Then they leave, go to the weird swamp. First they go to Omashu, then they go to Omashu, then they go to the swamp, then they find Toph, then they go to the desert. After Aang starts learning earthbending, they go to the desert, add the library in, then they go to Ba Sing Se for a while, and then until they lead up to the climax in the climactic fight in the underground catacombs. So it's a little easier when you compare it to how book three, because book three was kind of like book one in the fact that each episode, like, you knew the main goal was, okay, they're heading towards, like, the Day of Black Sun, so that they get to the rendezvous point. And along the way, they go on different adventures. Then the Day of Black Sun comes. They deal with that, and then afterwards, Zuko shows up, and then the original three members of Team Avatar go on a soul-searching journey with Zuko, as pointed out by Toph.
So
you fall asleep again?
No, I actually was listening this time. Believe it or not.
But yeah. Because the thing that I do not want them to mess up is the incredibly awesome Aang versus Ozai fight.
Yeah.
That was like off the chain. It was so good.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem. I mean, Dragon Ball Evolution didn't make enough money to warrant a sequel. But if the first Avatar, first Last Airbender film did. So, fuck it.
That's because Dragon Ball Evolution pissed people off much more than Avatar.
Yeah. It's all about
Dragon
the eyeballs.
Ball Z had a much larger worldwide fan base. And they shattered so hard on the Dragon Ball universe material that you had to believe that these people were like bleeding from all the shit, how horribly they were shitting on the original material.
Right.
Whereas in Last Airbender, they attempted to stick to the original source material, but they failed.
And got the eyeballs. It's the most important part. Media's number one goal and only goal is to make money. That's it.
They made enough to make a sequel, and they're going to make the second one. I don't know when it's going to come out. Has no idea how many different characters they're going to have to recast.
Who knows?
You know.
Bring it on.
That was my last thing I wanted to mention, because we were supposed to mention it earlier, but about Legend of Korra, but we didn't.
Yeah, no problem.
So, anything else?
No, I think that'll about do it this week. We had a pretty fantastic week of media in general, with Revolution coming out. We have the release of the Japanese version of Smash, and then we had all the great manga chapters this week. This was a treat week.
And now next week it's gonna be all crap.
Yeah, next week's like coming off that high, and it's like the hangover to this week's high.
To this, yeah, because the One Piece is most likely not going to have another. Is not going to have a chapter this week, and Naruto already stated it's not going to have a chapter this week, and so
Mm-hmm.
the only redeeming factor is this week. The expected episode we're going to get for One Piece with what showing up,
Mm-hmm.
which is rumored, which is theorized by the fans to have who on it.
Uh-huh.
So it's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Which I'm happy. So alright. Any final thoughts?
So yeah, guys, that's it again for this week. One final thing, as always, guys, join Mystic. Become a part of Team Mystic. Just become a part of the forum.
Especially since Chapter 49 is coming out on Monday of Dragon Salt.
Yeah, and I released a chapter.
No.
I released a chapter this week as well of Tale of Iron, and maybe another chapter to come soon, and maybe another Zelda chapter soon. We'll see. We'll see how that goes with my schedule. But besides that, guys, look, join the forum. Maybe join Team Mystic. Help us get going, and we help you get going. It's a give and take relationship.
Whoa. I'd reword that if I were you.
Why?
Some people might take that the wrong way. You help us get going, we'll help you get going.
Oh, that's exactly what I meant.
You can see where his mind is at right now.
Wait, you're the one that brought it up, not me.
But you're the one who did you just said you said it that way on purpose.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
Was that from your Joker personality?
No. I don't really have a...
That's it. I just remembered somebody else who was featured in the voice actor documentary. Mark Hamill.
Oh, Mark Hamill?
Because they go on a tangent about the Jokers.
Of course.
The animated Jokers.
Mark Hamill is just a genius.
Especially when he was Ozai.
Especially when he was...
First of all, his three best roles in acting ever. Luke Skywalker, Joker, and Ozai.
Yeah.
Like, those might have also been the only ones he's ever done.
He's done more, but yeah, those are the most three famous. I think.
Because not only are they most famous, but they're just his best.
Yeah, probably.
But anyway, yeah.
Yeah, guys, thank you all for watching. Hopefully you're watching. If you're not, fuck you. Hopefully you're watching.
Hey. Don't say that, because remember, the people who are watching are going to love our videos and then refer them to other people. So you don't want them not referring because you said, screw them.
Yeah, but if they're watching, then don't fuck them. But if they're not watching, then fuck them until they start watching. And then not
fuck them. Yeah, literally, because if it's a guy watching and the girl's not watching, so, for her. Literally and figuratively.
Well,
you're so. Why is it that you have to suggest sexual things?
Because balls.
course, we do complain. One of our favorite animes is a show called Dragon Ball.
Yeah. Oh no, my Dragon
Alright,
Balls.
the Dragon Ball.
That was a Robot Chicken bit. Oh no, my Dragon Balls.
Alright, see y'all next week.
Yeah, guys, we'll see you sometime next week.